chance. Pregame.tv, Steve Fezzik, Scott Spreitzer. One more video. NFL, Cincinnati Bengals, Tennessee Titans. The Bengals, if there's one team that is looking as good as any team in the league, it is the Cincinnati Bengals. This is a true contender?
Boy, I want to say yes. At the same time, I remember that Marvin Lewis is the head coach for the Cincinnati Bengals. Maybe I'm a little bit too tough on Marvin Lewis, but I had said before the season, I go, man, I look at this team on paper, and if Andy Dalton can keep it together, they've got the weapons on offense. I like their defense, even with Zimmer moving on, taking the head coaching spot at Minnesota. Maybe that hurts them down the road, but right now the talent's there. If they stay healthy, Vontaze Burfict, who, by the way, is questionable this week for Cincinnati. I'm sitting there going, this is a team that we can sink our teeth into. There's one caveat, and maybe I'm being too tough on him, but Marvin Lewis, it just bothers me. I just have seen too many things that he has the final call on over the years that I think he's made the wrong call at least 50% of the time.
I have to say this, though. We're not talking about this game, but I saw Andy Reid, like 4th and 1 at the 50, and he's a 13-point dog. He punts.
Yeah.
Denver gets 4th and 1 on the 50. They go for it.
Yeah.
And then the end of the game, 21-16. There's 7 minutes to play. He won't go for 2.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's just, I mean, he's got to be one of the worst coaches in the NFL when you see that. Maybe Marvin is ahead of the game compared to some of these old school dinosaurs. A lot of people talk about the Titans one game. They look so good week 1. I think part of that, Scott, it really seems like if we would have made money week 2, if we just took the teams that looked the best and faded them and take a team that looks, actually, I take it back. Don't take the team that looks terrible and back them necessarily, but fade the team that looks unrealistically good.
Well, yeah, I can see that. And if you're talking about the Oakland Raiders, it doesn't count because the city of Oakland has yet to find an NFL franchise. Once they do, we'll judge them. But that team's so bad, you can't come back on them after. And of course, they got the rookie. I can go on and on for 20 minutes on, Dennis Allen. I understand why you take a job, and I'm getting off this game for just a second, but I understand why you take a job in the NFL when you get that head coach proposition or proposal or whatever you want to call it or offer. But he had people close to him, and I'm not talking about his family and friends. He had football people close to him saying, stay in Denver for at least another year. Better jobs are going to open up with your name on it. Don't take this job with that Oakland Raider organization, which is bottom of the barrel. He just couldn't resist, and he had to take it. Now, if he is canned before next season, and he likely will be, the bottom line is he's going to get another DC job somewhere in a hurry if he wants it in the NFL. But, boy, that team's a mess. But back to Cincinnati, maybe I'm a little bit too rough on Marvin Lewis. I do like the players he's put together on this team. I do like the fact that he gave Burfict a chance, even though Burfict wasn't the ideal player off the field coming out of Arizona State. The guy's unbelievably talented. I mean, you want to talk about a guy that hit the genetic lottery, it's Vontaze Burfict. But again, in this particular situation, first thing I did, the games weren't even final yet. And I texted my brother the other day and I said, boy, since he's going to be a heavy public team coming up in week 3, I might have to fade them and go with Tennessee here. So I don't know where you're going yet, but I have a feeling.
I think you're I think you have the right idea. Well, really, and this comes down, I mean, I think Tennessee is a 7 or 8 win team. I'm not going to spend much time with them. I think it's easy to see that they're improved, but clearly this playoff talk is nonsense. But what I'm really getting at with the Bengals here is that everything has gone well for them. They've had 2 really, really solid games. Fat, drunk, and happy. But you look at we talk about that offensive juggernaut, great defense, great in the jungle, 8-0 last year. But A.J. Green, banged up, may not play. Their number 2 wide receiver is out for an indeterminate amount of time. So now Sanu, who can both throw the ball and catch the ball through a 47-yard pass, which helped their pass stats last week, is now their number 1. I don't even know who their number 4 guy is, and I know that Eiffel, their I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct, their talented tight end is out, dislocated elbow. So now Gresham, they've got a good tight end, but they used to have an even better tight end. So I'm staring at this game. I'm like, I'm going to see Bernard left, Bernard right, who's tremendous,
and Hill is another good complimentary back.
Yes. So I can actually, I debated between the under and going against the Bengals, and I saw that 7. I said, boy, that 7, I just have to be looking towards taking the +7 in what should be a letdown spot.
Not scared of the Bengals' 10-1 home record?
Well, I guess most the recency impact is I remember the Chargers kicking their ass. So
okay, I'm with you. Let's make it official.
We'll do it. Well, my favorite Bengal quote of all time was when Sam White, who kind of invented all this no-huddle offense and the like, once beat the Oilers 61-7 and kicked a field goal with 35 seconds remaining in that game. When asked why he did that, he responded, I was not confident we had time to get the ball in the end zone. So a little bad blood there. I don't think there's as much bad blood here between these Tennessee Titans here and the Cincinnati Bengals, but I do think the Bengals at 2-0 will be more than happy with their playmakers injured to grind out a win in what I expect to be a lower scoring game. I'm going to be on Tennessee plus a 7. I'm going to sprinkle a little parlay. Dogged under in this one as well, maybe for 1/3 of a unit as a free play as well.
We're together on this one. I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans also plus the points. I like Wisenhunt, by the way. Wisenhunt's a fantastic NFL mind, but he's got Jake Locker at quarterback, so there's going to be issues, as we saw in week 2 as opposed to week 1. There will be growing pains, but again, Wisenhunt's a good coach, makes the right decisions, puts his players in the best opportunity to win games, and I think they will this week. They'll keep it close and cover this number.
Very good. This is one of those teasers that the books will be like rooting like crazy for Tennessee to win outright because every single teaser ticket is going to have the Bengals on.
By the way, I wanted to mention something before we wrap it up today. Don't forget about the First Preview radio show. It's each and every day, Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific time. You can hear it live, by the way, on ESPN1100.com, which emanates out of Las Vegas. And of course, right here, archived usually by about 4:30 p.m. Eastern, 1:30 Pacific in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. Fezzik's on with me with Andy Iskoe on Tuesdays. We have a blast with rants and raves and everything else. So anyway, just check us out.
Very good. And we appreciate everyone coming by. Don't spank your kids out there, people. There's better ways to discipline them. A little love pat is okay. You want to make some money before the games start this week. Scott Spreitzer is 31-11 in MLB. That is smoking hot, to say the least, but I'm happy to be talking football because it's all I know anything about here at Pregame, preferably NFL, although it's so far so good with all the college football as well. Thanks again for joining in, and stay tuned. Later in the week, we will have the full gambit of pregame experts. Lots of great videos coming your way. Pregame.tv.
Good stuff.